Track 1, Quranic Reading Foundations. Level 1, Script and Sound. Lesson 2, the Arabic Alphabet. Lesson objective. By the end of this lesson, you should know that Arabic letters have multiple valid sequences, understand that no single order is absolute, be mentally ready to follow our structured approach. In the previous lesson, we understood that Arabic is a system. Now we begin with the letters themselves. But before we start learning, there is something important you need to know. Arabic letters are not arranged in just one way. There are different ways of ordering them, and each of these has its own purpose. When you think of the Arabic alphabet, what usually comes to mind, or what usually is referred to, is what is called the hijā'ī order. This is the standard representation of the Arabic alphabet. The most commonly used order is what you think of as the alphabet. You can see on the screen letters, Arabic letters. They constitute the alphabet. In the hijā'ī order, it's in this specific sequence. This is the standard sequence used in most learning materials. But this is not the only way. Now, there is something called the abjad order. This is the traditional alphabet sequencing mechanism. So there is also a traditional order known historically. You can see the same letters. Don't worry if you can't read them. We'll come to that. The same letters but arranged in a different sequence. This order was used in earlier systems, including numbering and classification. People also use what is referred to as the makhraj order. It is articulation based, means pronunciation, enunciation, articulation, diction based. So another way to arrange the letters is based on how they are pronounced. That is where the sound comes from. Again, you can see on the screen the same letters arranged in the makhraj order, in this specific order. This sequence moves from deeper sounds towards the lips. Now, this term is probably coined by me, reverse makhraj order, articulation based, again used, because the sounds in this order from deeper sounds to the lips is probably difficult. What naturally occurs is from the lips towards the deeper sounds. That is how a child learns as well. So the child is able to pronounce the sounds with the lips first, and then it acquires more and more deeper sounds. So what happens is the same sequence can also be reversed. The same sequence means the makhraj order now can be reversed, and hence the term reverse makhraj order. And as I said, this is a term that I have coined. I'm not sure if there are others who have coined the same term as well. But then again, the same letters, but in this specific sequence, basically the reverse of the makhraj order, starting from the lips and moving inward. Now, we also have another interesting order. This is what I call it as adapted reverse makhraj order. Again, makhraj order, reverse makhraj order, adapted reverse makhraj order, all of these are articulation based. The same reverse sequence can also be adapted a little bit. That means the order is adjusted to make learning easier. Again, you can see on the screen the adapted, or one of the ways in which the adaptation has taken place. So you can see in a adapted reverse makhraj order sequence, this sequence still broadly moves from the lips inward, but the letters are arranged to make pronunciation and learning more accessible. So still moves broadly from the same as the reverse makhraj order, right? So instead of following a strict articulation order, it is adapted for teaching purposes. Different teachers may adapt the sequence in different ways. This is one such adapted form for which the sequence is what you can see on the screen. Then there can be pedagogical orders. This is not a specific fixed order, but some teachers, some teaching methods arrange the letters differently. For example, starting with easier sounds, or grouping letters for convenience. Now, what is easier sound? What is convenience? So this is not a fixed thing again. So different teachers have come up with these things, all with the effort or the intention to make learning easier for the students. These are designed to make learning easier, not because the letters themselves are different. Okay, so what does all this tell us? There is no single correct order that you must memorize first. In this series, we will follow a structured approach. This is our system, not just memorizing letters, but learning them in a way that helps you read. We will be using an adapted reverse makhraj order, some form of adapted reverse makhraj order. That means The sequence is based on how letters are pronounced, but arranged in a way that makes learning easier. So instead of following just one fixed traditional order, we will follow a guided sequence based on how the letters are formed and pronounced, designed to make them clearer and easier to recognize. Important clarification: Hamza. Traditionally, the Arabic alphabet is often presented as 28 letters, but there is also a well-established way of viewing it as 29. In this series, we will treat Hamza as a separate letter because it represents a distinct sound. In our system, the Arabic alphabet will consist of 29 letters. In the next lesson, we will begin looking at the letters themselves, and you will start recognizing them step by step. Once you understand the system, the complexity disappears.